Okay. Now I was seriously thinking about this Vrishchikasana. Today is my birthday. What a nice day. I just woke up, got a message from my dad. Too private, I know. The hardest thing in spirituality is remembering that you got family when you're so busy letting go. It's like, yeah, I've got really puffy eyes, my friend. And I was thinking about, because you think, oh, today's my birthday. I can just do nothing. Or I do something that activates me, which to me is doing something for my own personal dream, which is showing the world that you can lead a different life if you minimalize what you do, which is pick something and then do it, but only if you really want to and if you can see yourself doing it with a smile. And so, sure, I feel awkward because I'm in this body, I'm this somebody, I'm this guy, I'm Christopher, but I feel like a real man. I feel like a real man and I want to be really manly. And so what I have to learn is to sometimes also, as manly as I am, just take a piss on myself and just say, you know what? Today I'm Chrissy and I'm gonna go to my mommy and we're gonna eat some cake. You know what's more grounding to an asshole like me whose face is all over the internet and who's like running around with this super ego? Oh, that's what people are saying or trying to portray me as. So what's more grounding than a guy that left it all behind and said, I'm just gonna do this. But on my birthday, I can go and drink a tea. I don't have to stuff myself with cake no more. Okay, what I wanted to do was show you, because I have been feeling a bit weak or too strong or exhausted, because I went to the boulder hall and I worked some stuff out, and I went to the sauna hall, and I was thinking, how can you be so cheerful? Well, I've been always that way. Okay, so how would you do Vrishchikasana, which is the scorpion? Okay, well, you would start by holding planks. Yes, so you would first get comfortable in this position. You see what this means, right? To be comfortable in this position for 2, 3, 4 minutes. I'm not saying that I'm going to do that now, but maybe I will. And that would be your mission. You don't just start doing Vrishchikasana, which is the scorpion. You don't just do that. You may not even know that you're ever going to do it, which was my case. I had a feeling I wanted to find that out. And then you start doing animal movement. So you build up your strength. Yeah, you do this. And then you do this. And then you do planks like this. And then you do planks like this. And then you do planks like this. However long, it doesn't matter. But you have to build your strength up. You can even do your planks like this, like I said. Oh, my left hand is getting stronger. That's good. Still works? Yep. Still works? Yep. Now I have to see that that also still works. I mean, you get the image, right? You have to build up your strength. And I'm on the verge of collapsing. Whether you believe this or not, I've been doing so many things and I just don't know what else to do anymore. Because I wanted to get somewhere with my life. Just don't know really why I'm doing it anymore. Now I'm just doing it because I've got nothing else. And that's the truth. That's the truth, my friend. And then you gotta work on this one. After you've done a lot of these things, you just fiddle with this one. And you just make sure that you have enough space, that you cannot injure yourself. Yes, so this is then the headstand. But because now also with doing planks, you build up your neck. You can also do push-ups, you know, if you're really weak and fat. You gotta do your fasting, you gotta do your cleansing, like maybe an anorganic sulfur cleanse. You gotta do your, your hiking. You know, you want versatility in your life. You want to be flexible. Not just physically flexible, you want to be flexible in your mind, and you want your body to be strenuous so that it can withstand all sorts of pressures from the outside. And that's what yoga is about. It's about toughening up your body, right? Making yourself tough. I mean, I've been doing things like this. If I feel too weak, and often I only remember that I'm supposed to do this when I film myself. So you toughen up. You know, I do all kinds of things to toughen myself up, like having my radiator turned off in winter. So you do this, and then you first do your headstand. And then you will realize that it may take some time, maybe even 10 years. From the point that I knew that the headstand exists, to the point where I could hold it like this, it took me a lot of time. I invested a lot of time to let go of things that make me weak, to let go of things that distract me. I let go of having internet here. I let go of watching movies all the time. I let go of reading books all the time. And I just wanted to experience what it feels like to be a real human. Okay? So now you've got this one. And then what you gotta do for the scorpion is you wanna be, this is your arm position. And that's where your weight is gonna rest on. So if your neck is weak and you fall when your head is like this, well, you're dead. So you first need to build up strength. My neck is like, you know, it's like rock hard. I mean, you can really grab it. You want to be like a lion, like a tiger, and that's why you do your strength like this. You can also do this. You can do this. Yes? This is stuff you start doing. For me, the hard part is to do this every day. Now, all I gotta tell you is that I have done this and that I am occasionally still doing it. But I also need rest. I need days where I rest. So I do not go bouldering every day. I go bouldering when I feel like I need to test my new strength. Right, so you work out all your problems. You make sure that you've got balance. You test yourself. How strong is your left? How strong is your right? And if your right or left is stronger, you work on the other one for some time. So I stopped doing pull-ups completely, and I got my strength back, because to me pull-ups are a waste of time. Nobody needs pull-ups. If I do planks, I mean, I have done these things. And it's hard to say whether, okay, it's about body memory, but I feel like I got the most strength by doing planks. But I also go bouldering, so it's not just about getting strength. So now you want to try the scorpion because you feel like you could try it. I never tried it until I felt like I could try it. You know, this is really advanced yoga. I never tried. I do a lot of mental stuff. I have faced my own darkness. Because if you do this and then you're insecure and you think I'm going to break my neck, you may just break your neck. So before you do things like this, you have to do your mental workout, your inner workout. And maybe you already are like this. I always had a lot of thoughts, and I had to learn to let go of them so that I can just merge into or let go into the experience and simply experience that I can do this. Okay? So I had to build up a lot of trust or faith in my own abilities by testing them. Okay? You do this. Okay, that was my build-up. I start from the headstand, and then I place my hands. Now I gotta shut up like this, and then I bring my head up and my feet down. And that's it. And it's getting lighter. Okay, and that's it. And there's probably a possibility that you can get into this position right away. I don't know. I've never looked at a manual. I have this Yoga Ashtanga book, but I just practice. And I don't read about this. I have looked through the pages, but to me it's enough to have the book. So I just want to do it. I don't want to read about it, I just want to do it. I do read things though, it's not like I read nothing. But I have not read a lot of spiritual books or something. I have listened to Ram Dass and Terence McKenna, but I have dropped them to just make my own experiences. Because at one point, you just have to stop listening and start doing something. And that's coming from the guy who has recorded hours for his podcast. Just as a reminder that you can do this in whatever way it works for you. I let go into my work, and that frees me. And from that freedom, I can then do things like this and try to show you. You see, this is really building gotta have a strong core for this to hold and your back not to just break. I mean, you've gotta have a strong back to give yourself stability. And so, that's just what I feel I needed, because I'm a Scorpion, my friend. And the Scorpion has his stinger up. So we learn from nature. We fight for nature. That's what I got. You know, I don't know what you got. That's what I got. You know, that's what I can do to help build up humanity, to be strong again, and to stop using so many comfort products. You know, that's what I got, because I have been working on an iron will for myself, for anyone who wants to see it, for anyone who wants to stop sucking up to the industry so much. This is transitioning into a new form of life, into a new humanity. And whether you want to be a part of this is your own choice. I'm telling you, it's happening anyway. It's happening with or without you. There are people who are self-chosen who do this and who may have been guided to try something different once in a while. So this is for people who are about letting go and moving on. So do your planks like this, and then do your planks like this. And see that you can hold it, and that you've got your strength. And then you do your planks like this. Yes? And then you hold it. I'm not so much about timers. I just want to see that I feel good about it. And then you do this. And then you see how you start to change. And you sit like this, like a true human. You sit like this, like a true human. Yes? And then you've got all this strength, and then you sit like this. And you realize, wow, suddenly I can sit here and meditate, because now my body has got the strength back to hold its own weight. So I don't have to sit here and be like, I have to sit straight. No, because your body has so much strength, it just holds itself. So you never need to smoke to let go. You never need to take drugs anymore. All you need is to be yourself. Sit here with your own strength, yes? And then see to it that you keep going, because now you can let go into your body, because your body is so damn strong that it can just hold itself, and that's your grounding. Nobody needs to ground me, because, you know, I'm more grounded than anyone I know. And that's just the truth. And so you sit here and you just say, no, I don't care what you think what my ego does. I have no ego. I'm just me. I'm Christopher. And I've done a lot to get here. And if you fail to respect me, then how should I respect you? Right? So I'm not your little friend or something anymore. You know, I worked hard to have respect for myself. And if other people fail to respect me, then I just walk away. Because I've got more to teach if you learn to listen. If you don't want to listen, then you got to teach yourself. But I listened, and I learned, and now I can talk about it. That's my experience. That's what I all did. And it's all in my books. And it's all in my content. But if you don't want to listen, and you want to listen to people who just run around loving themselves, I give what I have, and that's a lot. Because I save time on useless junk. So, yeah, I do not watch YouTube. I do, of course, upload it. I sometimes check how it's going, and then I fiddle around. Because sure, you want acknowledgement. But you just get that by doing what you're doing anyway. And so it's not about always filming, so I film myself now, but the next time I do this, I just have to do it without filming myself. Because I want to get stability from myself rather than the camera. Yeah, that's my idea. Okay, so you want to just learn to sit straight. I'm not always sitting, but I learned now that if I feel really dead and exhausted, instead of watching a movie, I just sit down and just do this. And then from this position you can read, right? You can read like this. Like this. I've been reading books. Not all the time, but you just imagine it. Just imagine it. Have you ever seen someone read like this? This is the normal way to read. Most people, they read like, because they're too weak to sit like this. And I just sit there and read like this. You can do it with the other side. And that gives you strength in your shoulders and in your neck. And if you try to read like this for an hour, well, wait. Let's see what Terry Pratchett has got to say to that. I'm just going to pick a random page in Mort. I think you did, said Kelly carefully, keeping her tone totally level. I was right. Oh, it could be fatal. How much more fatal, said Kelly, than being dead. You see what I mean with this? You see what I mean? It just came out this way, So, doing the scorpion while being an idiot may actually be fatal to you. And being lazy may actually be also fatal. I didn't mean for you. Oh, something very fundamental seems to have gone wrong, you see. You're dead in every sense, but the actual. I mean, the cards think you're dead. Your lifeline thinks you're dead. Everything and everyone thinks you're dead. And I think that's what happened to me. I don't know. People just treat me like I'm dead because they'd rather make believe that I don't exist than acknowledge the fact that I'm not little Chrissy anymore, but that I have actually grown into a man. I have met many people who just think, I'm just going to pretend he's dead. Yeah, but I'm not. And they've done this as a child to me already. And so I just moved away. And I just did my own thing. And now people gotta see. I don't, said Kelly, but her voice was less than confident. I'm afraid your opinion doesn't count, but people can see and hear me. The first thing you learn when you enroll at Unseen University, I'm afraid, is that people don't pay much attention to that sort of thing. It's what their minds tell them that's important. You mean people don't see me because their minds tell them not to? Afraid so. It's called predestination or something. Cutwell looked at her wretchedly. I'm a wizard. We know about these things. Actually, it's not the first thing you learn when you enroll, he added. I mean, you learn where... Okay, now it's scaring myself. Because actually I'm afraid. And the funny thing is, because everybody's just ignoring me, and I just don't get it. Because I'm doing what people want. I'm posting on a regular basis. You know, I'm making awesome art. I'm giving people food for thought. But everybody treats me like I don't exist. And then you start to wonder, am I dead? Have I died? Well, it's a useless question. Because here I sit. There's the camera. I do this. And that's all I need to know. So Terence McKenna said it, but he was also doing DMT. I do nothing, I just am. And I have the same question he had. Have I died? Well, what does it matter? You know? What does it matter? It's life. It's death. 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 It's the middle. It's where we are right now. And then we go into freedom. And it's my birthday. So I roll. I roll to the left. I roll to the right. I move on my hands. I scream and I fight. I'm not a monkey, but I could move like one. I can be silent, and when I want, I can make fun. So you see, it's irrelevant what other people think. I can think I'm dead and do this. And so, what do I care? What do I care? What you think? What do I care? What people think? Right? It's like, wow. Wow. I mean, I feel myself and feel ugly. But you've got a six-pack. Yeah, and I still feel ugly. So yeah, I'm a little kid. I just turned 35. And I've got more strength in my left hand than you in your whole body. So, what are you trying to tell me? You know, if you start now, you're gonna get somewhere and you're gonna figure it out. And that's all there is to it. And I think this guy is really funny. Yeah, I think so too. That's it.